Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for one fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Detroit, Michigan, Mohammed Hassan. The first ever short match challenge, 2-minute time limit, no rope breaks, no exit in the ring. Let's go full throttle, try and get a decisive victory. It's going to be a job with such a short time limit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Liberty City, Claude. Claude set to square off here with the terrorist sympathiser, Mohammed Hassan. Time limit ticking down, 2-minute match. There's no pacing yourself, there's no strategy. It's go all out attack and hope you can get a win quick enough before the time limit expires. And Hassan with the right idea here. Wasting no time, going right after Claude. Now tries the Irish whip, but Claude with a nice reversal, takes him down with a shoulder block. Oh well, tries picking Hassan up. An elbow to the goolies there as Hassan sends Claude into the corner. And only 30 seconds into the match, Hassan with the right idea here, perching him on the top rope. Big time superplex right off the top turnbuckle. But he can't capitalise on it, he's got to get the cover quickly. Every second he waits. Another second for Claude to recover from that move. Now finally getting the cover, and understandably, because he couldn't get the cover quick enough, Claude recovering from that move and getting the shoulder up very, very quickly. Nonetheless, the match goes on here as he sends Claude for the right off the ropes, but a nice reversal, and Claude with a thirst press and right hands to the face, and we pass the 1 minute mark here. Less than a minute to go, and a big elbow drop right to the sternum. Claude going up top once again, tries the same move again, but that is a big mistake. You never try the same move twice in a row like that. Your opponent's always going to have it well scouted. Nonetheless, still trying that box line in the corner. Claude with a reversal. Going up top once again. Hassan gets to his feet, tries the double X handle, but Hassan getting out of the way. Now Claude tries charging in. And look at this, Hassan now with a sleeper hold. 30 seconds left on the clock. And this could be it here. Well, maybe not. Claude somehow managing to find a way out, as now Hassan looking to go to the top rope, but this time Claude throwing it off the top as Claude goes to the top himself, tries the elbow drop, completely misses. We may be heading for a time limit draw here, just over 10 seconds left on the clock. Claude maybe trying to sneak a quick victory here with a quick roll up, and it worked, my God. Sneaking a quick victory, Claude wins the short match challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Claude. He will face a new challenger next Thursday night. Tune in to find out who it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for one fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Liberty City, Claude. Claude with a great win over Mohammed Hassan. And remember, if he can win 4 more matches, he will get a shot at the PGW World title. But he's got a tough opponent here tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Glasgow, Scotland, Roddy Piper. Well, the word legend is thrown around a lot. If you could only apply it to just a handful of men, this man would definitely get that moniker. Nonetheless, the short match challenge is underway. 2-minute time limit. You can't pace yourself, you can't be methodical and strategize too much. You've just got to go all out attack, and Claude with the right idea here. You'd normally say Roddy Piper would be the favourite in this match, but Claude's competed in one of these matches before. I don't think Roddy Piper in his career has ever competed in a match with such a short time limit, and Claude showing his experience, limited experience, but experience nonetheless. Now going for the leg. 2. And the pin here. Roddy Piper getting the shoulder up, the veteran, showing all of his years of experience in that professional wrestling ring, and now a big time clothesline. And again, look at that time limit ticking down. Not long left on the clock, but Piper with the right idea. A big fish drop off the top rope. You've got to try and finish the match quickly. That's what Piper's going to do here. You've got to have that killer instinct, otherwise this is not the match for you. But Claude with a nice drop kick takes Piper down, now with a knee to the back of the spine, as he sends Roddy Piper into the corner. Only a minute left on the clock now as Piper gets his head rammed into that turnbuckle. Now Claude goes up top, tries a big elbow, but Roddy Piper with a reversal again. Very, very little time left in this match. Somebody needs to do something drastic here. Maybe this is it. Roddy Piper with a knee to the gut. Takes him down with a snap near. Drop kick to the back. Piper needs to hit a big move. He wants to be victorious in this short match challenge. Oh, tries one. Tries sending him off the ropes, but a nice reversal by Claude and a thirst press and right hands to the face of the fake Scotsman. As now he comes off the top, tries the elbow, missing it completely. That's not a good move there for Claude. As now Claude comes behind Piper, tries a quick roll up. This is how he won his last match, and it could be enough here. The shoulders down, the referee counting, but Piper managing to evade. Disaster there. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. We may be heading for a time limit draw, but Piper with the roll up of his own. Referee making the count. And oh, very, very close there. Well, Piper don't realise it. The referee has rang the bell. It's a time limit draw, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a rematch tomorrow night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Liberty City, Claude. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Glasgow, Scotland, Roddy Piper.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a rematch here. We had a time limit draw last time and a 2-minute time limit. An extended rematch here, an extra 30 seconds on the clock. But an all-important match here for both men. If we don't have a winner this time, both men will be eliminated from the short match challenge. And Claude with the right idea, but trying the elbow drop off the top. Remember, 5 wins in the short match challenge get you an automatic title shot at the PGW World title. Very important for both men here, and very important we have a winner or both men will be going home. Claude already with 1 win under his belt. Roddy Piper yet to get a win. His first match was against Claude, failing to win. Just as Claude failed to get the drop kick off the top, and Piper trying the quick roll up. Right idea here, shoulders down but very, very close. Claude managing to stick in there. Maybe an extra 30 seconds on the clock, but still a very short time limit. Time is of the essence here. Have to throw everything they've got at their opponent and hope it's enough to get the cover in the time on the clock. And a nice swinging net breaker by Roddy Piper as he now goes to the top. Beautiful fist drop. Piper, perhaps one of the greatest to never win a world championship in his career. He'd love to get a shot at the PGW World title. Finally become a world champion. Nice block by Claude though, and a left hand and a drop kick, and Piper goes tumbling down to the canvas. Now Claude trying to go up top once again. This time it doesn't go well either. Gets his balls impaled on that ring post. As now Piper sends him into the turnbuckle, tries the waist lock. Look at this, nice fight out by Claude. Goes behind Roddy Piper, comes running in. Quick roll up, this could be enough to put the Scotsman away, and very, very close again, but Piper managing to stick in there himself. Well, we may not have a winner again here. Wouldn't be good for both men. Somebody needs to win this match, otherwise they're both going to go home. Nice block by Piper in the right hand. And now Piper with Fist of Fury. The big combination winding up that big signature right hand. And nails Claude, sending him flying across the ring. Well, that could be enough to put it away. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. With the leg took, the shoulders down. Referee making the counter. Roddy Piper has done it. Claude's been eliminated. Piper, your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Roddy Piper.
What a win for Piper. Tune in Monday night as Roddy Piper takes on another challenger. 4 more wins will get him a shot at the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for one fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Glasgow, Scotland, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper hoping for another win. A great win over Claude in the previous short match challenge. A very unique challenger. Going to face the hot rod here tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from South Africa, Elon Musk.
Well, the owner of Twitter, or X as he calls it. This man split up with many girlfriends just so he can use the letter X in front of the name. Ex-girlfriend. It was better in my head than it was when it came out of my mouth, but nonetheless, Elon Musk sets a square off here with Roddy Piper, and look at that, a cheap shot. Piper loves cheap shots, and Elon Musk was not prepared for that, and a kick to the ribs now of the CEO of X. Apparently Elon Musk's favourite wrestler is X-Pac. As now Piper really going to work. Look at the fast hands. Former amateur Golden Gloves boxing champion was Piper. As now Elon Musk trying to get to his feet, and another stiff kick to the ribs by the hot rod. But Elon Musk completely unprepared for a man like Roddy Piper. The hot rod firing on all cylinders now as he rings the arm of Elon Musk. Doesn't matter how dominant he is, look at that time limit ticking down, just over a minute left on the clock, but Piper making quick work thus far of Elon Musk. Tries diving off the rope, maybe lost his foot in there, completely fell short. Elon trying to fight back, Piper blocking the hands, throwing some back of his own. Piper like a man possessed here, and Elon Musk has not had an answer for Roddy Piper yet. My God, what a thunderous clothesline, nearly taking his head off as now Piper sends him for the ride off the ropes, and a big knee to the gut of the tech billionaire as now Piper looks to go up top once again. Nails a beautiful double axe handle. He may be seeing stars now. Has Piper really been on a roll in this match? Just over 30 seconds left on the clock, and Piper with that signature combination, winding up that big right hand, and sends Elon Musk flying across the ring. Real one-way traffic in this match. Just over 20 seconds left on the clock. The referee making the count. The shoulders are down, and Roddy Piper in rather comfortable fashion. Second win in the short match challenge.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Roddy Piper.
A dominant win for Piper. That's 2 wins he's had now in the short match challenge. 3 more to get a shot at the world title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for 1 fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, he hails from Glasgow, Scotland, Roddy Piper.
Hot rod with 2 wins under his kilt, 3 more will get him a shot at the PGW World title. Another challenger hoping to get a win over the hot rod tonight, and here he comes now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Well, 2 icons of the 80s set to do battle here. One more known for being a professional wrestler, one more known for his dancing skills. But Michael Jackson, we've seen him compete in wrestling matches before on the channel. A formidable opponent, very quick, very agile. And look at Piper trying the cheap shot as he normally does, but Jackson too quick for him, blocking that punch. And now Hot Rod getting taken down, and look at this, we're going to get to see it. Well, maybe not, I thought we were going to get to see the moonwalk. Piper's certainly not impressed with the dancing skills of MJ, as now Piper drops him with a drop toe hold, and remember, 2-minute time limit. This is not going to be a long match, that's for sure, and a big knee to the face by Roddy Piper. It's certainly not if Piper keeps going like this. He's been finishing these matches off well before the time limit has expired, as now Piper goes off the top, drops a big fist on MJ. Well, it's been a thriller thus far, but not in the favour of Michael Jackson. But look at Jackson with a drop kick, trying to fight back now on Piper. Piper trying to brawl with Jackson. Big mistake, but look at Piper reversing that move, coming off the ropes, takes him down, and right hands to the face. Just over a minute gone in this match. Less than a minute left on the clock. Somebody's going to have to do something quickly if they want to win this match. As now Jackson manages to dodge the punches. Jackson goes behind, quick backslide. Shoulders down, this could be enough to catch Piper. By surprise, and it nearly was 2 count, but Piper getting out of that one. He's probably been putting a quick pin like that many times in his career. He knew exactly what to do to get his shoulders up. As now he sends Jackson for the ride. Jackson with a sunset flip. Oh, but too close to the ropes. We're maybe heading for a time limit draw here. Only 25 seconds left on the clock, but the fight goes on as Jackson goes behind now, tries another backslide.
1,
Referee making
2,
the count.
3.
Oh my God, I don't believe it. But he didn't win the first time, but he certainly worked the second time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Jackson upsetting Roddy Piper here. He'll face a new challenger Monday night. What a win for that man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for 1 fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson with a great upset victory against Roddy Piper. He's going to need another upset victory here tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Vienna, Austria, Gunther.
Well, Gunther, a man that has ended many athletes' careers, retired many men. The question is, can he retire the King of Pop here tonight in the short match challenge, or will Michael Jackson pull another big upset out of the bag? That question will be answered in the next 2 minutes as the 2 men locking up now. And unsurprisingly, Gunther with a big power advantage over MJ, winning out in that lock-up exchange. A real golf in size here, and of course a golf in experience in the professional wrestling ring. And now look at Gunther with Jackson down on the ground, dropping that huge posterior with a hip drop right to the chest of MJ as he comes off the ropes, tries taking his head off with the clothesline, but MJ using his speed and quickness to get out of the way. And now look at this great submission maneuver applied by MJ. A lot of pressure on the rotation cuffs, a lot of pressure on the lower spine. Not enough to get the submission against Gunther. Remember, only 2-minute time limit as MJ goes to the top rope, tries to hit a big move. But Gunther managing to get out of the way as he goes behind, dropping the King of Pop right on his head with that vicious German suplex. As now Gunther sends him for the ride once again, beautiful belly to belly. The ring general really proving why that is his nickname now as he sends MJ into the corner, big knife edge chop. MJ really struggling here compared to his match with Roddy Piper. If MJ can't do something drastic in the next 40 seconds, he could be going home from the short match challenge. And another German suplex. Gunther completely relentless here. But if Michael Jackson loses this, he can blame a lot of things, but certainly he can't blame it on the boogie, that's for sure. As now Gunther really in control in this match, and this doesn't look good for the King of Pop here as Gunther picks him up, big time powerbomb. Just over 10 seconds left on the clock, referee making the count, and that powerbomb was enough to finish it. Gunther, in dominant fashion, wins the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Gunther.
Dominant win for Gunther. He will face another challenger on Thursday night. The question is, who will it be?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge, scheduled for one fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Vienna, Austria, Gunther.
Well, Gunther, one win under his belt in the short match challenge, hoping for a second win here tonight. He looked dominant in his previous encounter.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Italy, Mario.
What a second-rate plumber, or perhaps a first-rate wrestler. Mario here set to do battle with a dominant Gunther, a man that's ended many careers. Phenomenal victory over Michael Jackson just a few nights ago. Gunther on a bit of a roll, hoping to keep that momentum going here against Mario as the bell rings. Remember, only a 2-minute time limit, no exit in the ring. And in these matches, you can't pace yourself, you can't wait for your opponent to make a mistake. You've got to hit them with everything you've got very, very quickly and hope to get the win within that very short 2-minute time limit. And Gunther with the right idea, just as he did against Michael Jackson, really going to work on Mario. But look at Mario putting up a block, right hand. Gunther tries firing back. And look at this, Mario hulking up, feeding off the energy of this capacity crowd is Mario. As now he comes off the ropes, tries a shoulder block. Gunther getting out of the way and nails him right in the face with that big boot. The Austrian was not impressed with Mario trying to launch a comeback. And now look at this. Gunther with a rear naked choke, the same move he used to retire and end the career of John Cena. But it wasn't enough to put Mario away on that occasion. Would have taken a lot out of him though, that devastating rear naked choke, as now Gunther sends him for the ride on a beautiful belly to belly suplex by the big Austrian. Just under a minute left on the clock, and now look at Gunther trying to hyperextend the elbow with the armbar, trying to snap the arm like a twig. Referee calling for a break. Giving him to the count of 5. I'm not quite sure how smart this is though. You don't want to waste any time. He should have broke that hold immediately. Gone for something else to try and get the pin. Now only 30 seconds left, but Gunther seems to be maintaining control. Nice modified version of a vertical suplex as now Gunther sends Mario for the ride. Tries a thunderous clothesline, but he did nail him, but he didn't get all of it. And he got all of that one though. German suplex dropping Mario right on his head. 15 seconds left on the clock. Gunther with a lateral press. Referee making the count. And unsurprisingly, Gunther in spectacular fashion again gets his second win in the short match challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Gunther.
A second win for Gunther. Will he get his third win? We'll find out Monday night when he faces another challenger in the short match challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for one fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Vienna, Austria, Gunther.
Well, Gunther with 2 wins under his belt, 3 more will earn him a shot at the PGW World title, but he's got to go through one of the greatest footballers in the history of the sport.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Argentina, he weighs in tonight at 165 pounds, Lionel Messi.
Perhaps the greatest footballer or soccer player, as some people decided to call it. The question is, how well is he going to do in the professional wrestling ring against the big Austrian? Gunther has been very dominant. The question is, will Gunther continue to be victorious? Well, good start here by Gunther with that cheap shot on the face of Lionel Messi. Now the hip drop. And Messi learning the differences between the sport of football and the sport of professional wrestling here. Gunther really going to work on the Argentinian. Now sends him into the corner. And look at this, Gunther wasting no time, perching Messi on the top rope. Hooks the arm. And a big time superplex off the top rope. Gunther trying to finish this one quickly. Not even halfway through the short time limit. And this match could be over. But Gunther taking a long time to go for the cover there. And that's why Messi managed to get the shoulder up. Just over a minute left on the clock. Big boot by Gunther. Messi is yet to do anything in this match. Complete dominance as Gunther tries charging in. The first move by Messi, sticking the elbow up. Now going for a drop kick and now trying to go to the top rope. Well, a stare off here. What do you do in this situation? Well, that wasn't the thing to do. Diving off despite the fact that Gunther had noticed Messi on the top rope. Had that move well scouted, getting out of the way, and drops him on his head with that vicious German suplex. 40 seconds left. As now Gunther sends Messi for the ride off the ropes. Thunderous belly-to-belly suplex by the ring general. And Gunther's really been doing well in these short matches. It doesn't look like Messi's going to be able to put up much of a fight here as Gunther picks him up and slams the back of his head into the canvas. Thunderous powerbomb. Just under 20 seconds left on the clock. Referee makes the count and Gunther, absolutely dominant, gets his 3rd win. Only 2 away from a title shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Gunther.
Well, Gunther 3 wins, 2 to go. If he can beat 2 more opponents in the short match challenge, he will get a shot at the PGW World title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge scheduled for 1 fall with a 2-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Vienna, Austria, Gunther.
Well, 3 wins for Gunther, the most wins we've ever seen in the short match challenge. 2 more will earn him a shot at the PGW World title.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Pickering, Canada, Chris Vliet.
Well, the man of 1,000 names.
Chris Vliet.
I was just about to say that. Chris Vliet, a 4th opponent of Gunther in the short match challenge. Gunther has been dominant. Gunther has been seemingly unstoppable. The question is, can Chris Vliet be the man to stop this reign of terror? And how many times will he change his name through the duration of this match? And look at that by Vliet, winning out on the lock-up exchange. Very, very surprising. Vliet on fire here.
Vliet.
Taking a time to acknowledge the fans. They really love this man. And Chris Vliet, as he gets sent for the ride off the ropes, as Gunther slams him with a big belly-to-belly suplex, he's just changed his name. Chris Vliet's now changed his name to Chris Concrete. Apparently that is because he is tough as anything. Nonetheless, Chris Concrete really not doing well here against Gunther and gets dropped right on his head. Despite that, still finds the time to change his name on a regular basis. As now look at this flexibility by Gunther as Chris Concrete now goes tumbling down to the canvas. I'm getting word again. He's changed his name again. Chris Concrete will now be known as Chris Obsolete. I don't necessarily agree with that name, but look at that Obsolete ducking the clothesline. And look at this nice back suplex. The Canadian podcast host really surprising the Austrian here. As Gunther gets back to his feet. Nice spinning heel kick by Chris Obsolete, who's now changed his name again. As he comes running in with another spinning heel kick, he's now changed his name. His new name is Chris Webfeet. Apparently that's because his parents were related. And he couldn't nail another hit on Gunther there. Big boot by the Austrian. Now really going to work on Chris Webfeet. Takes him down with a thunderous clothesline. Picks him up again. Still has him by the wrist. And my God, just turning him inside out when I'm getting word again. This man changing his name again. He's gone back to the original name of Chris Van Vliet. And look at this, Van Vliet goes behind. Very little time left in this match. Nice back suplex. Can anybody do anything here? Less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Van Vliet too happy with his handiwork. Oh, and now Gunther picking him up. Nails the powerbomb. But it won't be enough. A time limit draw here. Gunther not happy about that. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? There will be an extended rematch tomorrow night. If no one wins, both of these men are out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a short match challenge. Introducing first, hailing from Austria, Gunther. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Pickering, Canada, Chris Van Vliet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a rematch from last night. 2 minutes was on the clock. The time limit expired. You know how this works. We've got an extended rematch, an extra 30 seconds on the clock if neither man can win this match. And both men are out of the short match challenge. And look at this, Van Vliet with a good start here, a cheap shot.
Chris Van Vliet.
A cheap shot on Gunther with a big boot to the face by the big Austrian. Gunther's been on quite the roll. Van Vliet's come the closest to beating him. It didn't look like Van Vliet was going to win that previous match, but just managing to survive the time limit. That's why we've got the extended rematch here tonight. But he needs to be on the top of his game if he's to stand any chance of defeating this big Austrian. And Gunther not leaving it to chance here. Going out all aggressive, not underestimating his opponent. We know Chris Van Vliet likes to change his name. I've just got word in my earpiece. He's going to change it again. Chris Van Vliet will now be known as Chris Complete. I'm not quite sure what's complete about him. Maybe we'll find out later on in this match as Gunther has him in the corner now and a big chop right to the sternum. Could have stopped his heart on that one. The power behind that as Chris Complete really getting stomped out now by the big Austrian. There's still a very short time limit. It's over a minute left on the clock. Look at Complete now. Turning him around. Takes him down with a snap there and I'm just getting word in my earpiece. He's changed his name again. Nice spinning heel kick as he changes his name to Chris on seat. And he's not on a seat at the moment, but he's really going to work on the big Austrian with his spinning heel kicks. Look at this, Gunther catching the foot, tries to kick nice enziguri by Chris on seat as now he goes to the top rope looking to hit a big move to hopefully win this match. But Gunther gets there first and I'm just getting word in my earpiece again. Chris on seat has changed his name. He'll now be known as Chris Flat Earth. I think he believes in that conspiracy theory, but nonetheless, nice backbreaker by Flat Earth as now he goes to the top rope. What's he going to try here? Comes diving off of the diving sidekick. Shades of Moist critical. I'm getting word in my earpiece again. He's changed it back to Van Vliet. His name has changed again, but nonetheless goes off the top rope. Van Vliet with a big crossbody out of nowhere. Just over 20 seconds left on the clock. And my God, Van Vliet has done the impossible here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Chris Van Vliet.
Perhaps the biggest upset we've ever had in the short match challenge. Van Vliet victorious. He will face another challenger Monday night.